Rocco, another good outing from Joe here tonight, but the bats were kind of quiet. Tough to see your guys offensively battling when you've got another good start going from your pitcher.
Yeah, it was. You said it. I mean, that's what happened. Joe went out there and did his job well, and held them down pretty good. And we couldn't get much going. We swung through a lot of fastballs. Kopech went fastball heavy. It seemed like, and it's a good pitch. I mean, he uses it well up in the zone. It's got good life on the pitch and good carry, and I think he executed. He executed in this outing better than probably some of the previous outings that he's had recently. And when he's executing, he's really tough. Like he's got exceptional stuff. So we couldn't get enough going, and we had some opportunities with some guys on base. Never really broke through. Nick Gordon comes up with a big homer to get us back in the ball game, and once you hit extra innings, you don't know necessarily what's going to happen. It takes just one good swing, putting the ball in play like that, and we lose. But we got to score more. I mean, there's no way around that. It's going to be hard to win a game like this. Not hitting too many balls in the barrel.
Was there any thought to giving Joe another inning? Did that 12-pitch battle with Anderson sway that decision? Did that kind of seal it that was going to be it for him?
Well, it was part of it. I mean, once you send him back, you send him back out. He had an inning where he had to work a little bit. He pitched great. His velo was definitely at a low point in that last inning. And I didn't want to send him back out there if he wasn't feeling strong. If he looked, the same in the last inning as he did in the first inning, he would have went back out likely and gotten another inning, or at least started another inning. But no, we decided to just, I decided we were just going to go to the pen at that point, and I felt good about that.
Talked about the rotation and how good it's been early on before the game, but him specifically, just how impressed have you been by the start he's had?
I mean, he's been on point every time he's taken the ball, and nothing more a starting pitcher can do than what Joe and Sonny's done that for us too. But we're talking about Joe today, and he's been great. He threw the ball today. Basically, all of his outings have looked exactly like this. He's been just rock solid.
Jorge Lopez has been so good to begin the season, but the past maybe week or so has been a little shakier. Is there anything in particular you've noticed from him?
I would say the execution of the off-speed pitches probably aren't where they were the first couple of weeks of the season. I mean, he would come in and, yes, he was very efficient, but he was it felt like at least he was ahead all the time, and the slider and the changeup were, they were right where he wants them almost every time he would throw them. I feel like I think he's probably getting behind maybe with some of those pitches, and then just having to go back to the fastball over and over again. And that's a good pitch, but it's not a pitch that no one's going to just go to their fastball over and over again like that. Very few guys can do that. So that's probably it. He's going to work through it and still pitch, meaningful spots for us, and we'll have him out there.
Benintendi, the 12-pitch at bat, but then the last one against Caleb too. Just how tough of an out was he tonight?
He's tough against us all the time. This goes back years. It doesn't matter how he's playing at the time. It doesn't matter how he's hitting. You can kind of squash that or wipe it away, because every time we see Benintendi, he has tough at bats. He's in deep counts. He's falling off a lot of pitches, and he hits a lot of line drives. So. That's what he does. Those situations, once you get towards the end of the game like that, they're not the easiest situations for pitchers or teams to work through. And once the guy gets to third base, you're looking for contact. You're looking for someone to put the ball in play, and they have a bunch of guys that do that.
Joe, I think the first 19 batters, 75 pitches, really efficient, and then with Benintendi, that 12-pitch at bat. Was the velocity drop alarming? Was that something to worry about? Anything like that, or just?
No, I think that's part of the normal ups and downs of a game. I wasn't concerned about Joe's health in any way. He looked fine. He actually was still executing pitches pretty well, and I think he looked absolutely normal, except at that point in the outing, the velo was 89. And, early on in the outing, he was 93, 94, and it was real crisp for the vast majority of that outing. But late in outings, that can happen to anyone.
How thrilled was Nick to connect on the homer, make a couple of nice catches, or did he kind of play it cool?
Well, Nick's just trying to win the game. I don't think he's worried about anything and how it directly relates to him. He's a team guy, through and through, and he had a huge moment there. And you hope you win the game, so then he can get all the praise after the game. At least that's what I hope for. And then he goes out to center and does a good job out there too. So we know Nick Gordon's going to be a good contributing player. He's capable of a lot, and it's good to see him back in there and doing good things.
Carlos obviously will use the whole field when he's going well, but to see him pull a few balls with authority tonight, is that a sign to you maybe that's starting to come around a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it's him. He's staying through it pretty good. He's not necessarily snap hooking the ball or spinning on the ball. He's getting the barrel out front, and he could have had a homer in the first inning. That's a few games now recently where you miss a home run in the first inning, with a chance to go ahead by, one game it's 1 inch, the other game it's 2 inches or 3 inches. Benintendi made a really nice play. He had a good day against us in a lot of ways.